Hello, hello. Hope everyone's well. I'm gonna be chucking up my Reaper Aurora Nova Spider that I've been using recently, like the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I probably should keep hold of these builds a little bit longer, but I don't know. Like, fuck it, let's be honest, who cares? If it works, then I might as well share it. It helps competition, helps people get in the game, I guess, so why not? So yeah, I'll same thing as always. I'll reconstruct it, talk about various stuff, and just off the bat, I am pretty much in love with this build at the moment. Just the sheer amount of damage it does. The shield is really good with the Aurora. You get heat in for your teammates, and that it's fantastic. And the way I've built it as well, I'm very happy with. It's probably my favorite build I've ever made. So if you have a Reaper Aurora, you might want to try it out. Anyway, let's start. Good old Aurora. Really good fire angles with the Aurora even when it's mounted down here. As you can see, it's got a reflector in front, and it doesn't get clipped, so it will always shoot if you're aiming forward. It won't like get fucked up. And again, pretty high, so yeah, it's really nice placement. Hard to shoot off. Sprung for heavy frames on this, just because I don't know, you're kind of close quarters with the Reaper, so your build tends to take a bit more damage. So I spring for heavy frames, and you can still get decent health out of this. So. It's a very similar setup to my Cyclone and whatnot, with 1x6s, 1x8s coming off with the guns as well as mountains and whatnot. Wish I had a more Mass Nova, that'd be great. Apollo. Buggy floors as gun mounts, they're connected to the frame. That piece is basically to protect the buggy floor from side shots. And that is just with the mountain of the puncher. Punchers, by the way, they're new in the Battle Pass, whatever the fuck. They are absolutely perfect for Reapers. So as you can see, it fits the profile of the Reaper perfectly, and you can still aim down with the Reaper. Let's see, if I try and show you what I used to use was... Where's that? This piece of shit to load. Where's a small plow? If you put a small plow in front, it'll do the same job, but the big difference in these is the ratios. So if you look, then this has 216 durability for 500 mass. The puncher has 160 durability for 170 mass, and it does the same job. You save for 300 kilograms. You lose 40 health points, but you save 300 kilograms, which is a lot, especially on a Nova carb. You're trying to squeeze as much health as you can. So yeah, punchers are the new go-to for Reapers. They're probably made with, or they probably made for Reapers, or made with them in mind. Pretty much perfect. So yeah, what else we got? This is my favorite part of the build, where you can put the canvas roof, tuck it in there to guard part of the Reaper. You can only do this with the canvas roof piece as well. I used every piece in the garage to see if I could do the same job, and I can't, because the canvas roof sort of curves near the end there, so you can just about get it. Anything else just won't fit in there, won't go in basically. The one armor pack in the build. I thought I could get away with this, and I tend to. You don't get shot in the back much anyway, or you're not supposed to, so I tend to use one armor pack. So I should probably mount that bottom downways. Now that I think about it, it's kind of a dumb... I shouldn't put that so high, I should mount that like horizontally. Anyway. Airplane interior, these are good new pieces, got a good ratio on it. Cool loading systems, they're great for armor packs at the back because they're just long enough, so you shoot the armor pack or destroy it, these two pieces will fall off, but nothing else will. Just these two. And it kind of acts as armor weirdly. I've had times where I've been shot in the back and they damage the ammo pack, but they haven't hit anything else. So it's kind of like weird armor once in a while. Yeah, it's a nice place, nice spot. Same thing with these, I tend to do this on all the Nova builds because it's just a good fit. You get side armor for the journey and you get nice angles for the guns. Same thing, nice angles. They've got a lot of health too, these small sections. So yeah, like I said, with the canvas roof, you can just about squeeze it in there and you can't do it with any other piece, but it really helps against, well, against anything really, because if you look at the profile, most of the Reaper is obscured and it can still shoot fine. This has perfect firing angles, this doesn't get interrupted. So if you're up against a punny, for example, say if a Punisher's trying to strip out, he has to go through probably that piece, which is 60 health, that piece, 60 health, that is 160, that's what? 280 on top of that's fused, but that's a base Reaper. On top of a 520 health, that's like what? Touching 800 nearly? With a fused Reaper's 800 odd to chew through with machine guns. That's quite good, to be honest. And against the cannon, you know, you can hit that, that's like 80, you can hit that, that's an extra 80. So even though it's on an overbuild, its guns are very well protected. Good old gun mount. Same usual thing as a gun mount to protect the guns from side angles like this. Explosion damage gets eaten up, I'll talk about that. Scorch, they're good, they take up big area and they don't weigh too much. Aurora underneath, good angles, doesn't get shot off too much. We're at 80, yeah. So yeah, 3,200 health. That's without the master fusion though, we could probably get this up to like, I don't know, 3.7, maybe more. Wait. And how do I, there you go, so yeah. See the firing angles of Reaper, they are not interrupted at all, even though it's got so many pieces around there. It's just fine. A good example of when you test firing angles for me is that if your right gun, whatever it is, so the right hand Reaper, if that can hit the carbon of your build, then my firing angles are good enough for me, or that's how I measure it. Basically, because as you can see, it won't go any further. You can see as the far right crosshair. That's as far as the right gun can aim. It doesn't clip. So that means if a guy's right there, you can aim all you guns. And that tends to be how I measure. Yeah, the main reason that I use this build is because of the Aurora, the way it plays with a Reaper. It's a Reaper build with double damage and a shield, so this is just better than a Bastion. In my opinion, it's really good. You can heat up teammates for your heat up players for your teammates. The damage of this thing is huge. Yeah, and that's without. You can get the Reapers fused for damage if you've got your perfect fusions. You can get Aurora fused for heat up time. Now buck up a bit. Mine's unfused. Yeah, 4,600 on the board. That's nuts. I've tested a lot of different guns, and the only thing that's been higher is a triple arbiter Aurora, which can get to about 5k with the perk, but that's very situational. And the downside with using arbiters instead of reapers is they have like, I mean, how much health do arbiters have? It's basically nothing. Yeah, so under 180 health instead of 520. That's basically paper. It's just they fall off all the time, and it's entirely dependent on if you can get your your perk going basically. So let's see if I can make one. Let's find one on exit, and then I'll show you one for one out. Oh, what am I doing? Come on. With Aurora. This was the build. Jungles. Right. So if you do it from just standstill, see how it gets. Yeah, 5k. You can actually get it higher if you do. So yeah, that's 5k, or say, well, 5,200 on average difference. Compared to what, 4,700 with these. To prefer trade, I'd prefer the Reapers, just because you get more health, and if you put 3 Arbiters and an Aurora on a Spider, what you'd have to do is, you know, put an Arbiter there, put an Arbiter there, put an Arbiter there, and they're just too squishy. I prefer not to use them. And you have to pre-fire to get your perk up to get any real damage out of it, so I prefer these. Definitely prefer these. They're very survivable, depends, and they do obviously do a lot of damage. Yeah, I've tested pretty much everything in the garage, and the only thing that beats this on the DPS is the Arbiters. So this is the second highest DPS of anything I've ever tested. You know, factored with the durability, this is just better. This build will happily beat Helios Hover. It'll smash the shit out of the Helios Hover actually. I'll just burst the fucker down. Even something like Cyclone build, like my Cyclone build, if I can get it a fight close up with my Cyclone build, I'll beat it. Just because of the DPS. Obviously you've got to factor in range and teammates and everything, but if you can get a one-on-one with a Cyclone build at close range, on my Cyclone build, you'll beat it with this. Because the DPS is just fucking nuts. And when you factor in the Aurora heating for your teammates, it's like a lesser Mastodon. It's not as good as Mastodon, obviously, because you don't have the immediate heating. But there's plenty of times where I've heated someone, a teammate has followed it up and fucked them up. So yeah. I really love this build. It is pretty, it's probably the best I've made, and it's just fantastic. Considering I was using Mastodons for so fucking long, and it killed me. It's really annoying using the same build. Having the opportunity to switch it up, that's probably the best thing about being in Knocker, is that there's plenty of other guys who can run Mastodon. Whereas in my old clan, it was pretty much just me for the most part. There was a few others, but like 9 times out of 10, I'd be stuck on a Mastodon. So yeah, being able to use something like this in Clan Wars is just so good. It's a breath of fresh air. And if I show you the Aurora, see, it doesn't clip, it's fixed firing angle essentially, so even if you aim where it can't aim, it will still shoot. And yeah, in terms of a 1v1 fight against other spiders at close range, this thing will slaughter Mastodon Bastions. It'll rip through them like they're nothing. Just because Nova Shield is such a huge counter to Mastodons. It's so easy to block. You can just wait for a Mastodon to shoot if you want. Let his first shot hit you and block the second shell, and it barely does any damage. Or you can just block both if you're quick enough. Yeah, in terms of a one-on-one fight against another spider, the only thing I think that could beat this would be a very good Punisher player. If you have like a very good Punisher player, like I don't know, like Skinny, DeHund, Nico, shit like that, they might be able to strip you before you really start to fuck them up. But then the onus is on them. If they screw it up a little bit, or if they don't time it, if they don't strip you quick enough, they're gonna get killed. I mean, yeah, how long did that take? Like, I don't know, less than 10 seconds probably? To kill my entire build? yeah, it's about 10 seconds to kill the Nova build with this thing. So yeah, this is very, very good build. If you've got a stuff for it, I would recommend trying it out because it works brilliantly for me and it's such a fun thing to use. It's really fun to use. You heat the guy up, you just deal so much damage. It's squishy, obviously, because it's a Nova Spider, but that's your point of Nova Spiders. You have Bastions, which are reliable, and they take hits, and they're kind of boring in a sense. You just trundle along. Your job is to get shot in a Bastion, whereas with a Nova, you have to be a bit more subtle about it. But if you get in the right spot with a Nova, you can win rounds quite easily. You got to be smart about it. That's the whole appeal of Nova Spiders. That's why I've switched on to them so much lately. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, just send me a comment or some crap, but hope you have a good